When I was a kid, my grandmother used to talk to me a lot and give me some quotes and say things that I thought were very, very profound. And there was one time she said something that I didn't understand at the time. Because my grandmother, she would give me vague statements. And then she would hope that I would be smart enough to figure it out on my own. There was one time that she said something that was very, very profound that I didn't understand at the time, but I kind of get it now. She said, Dion, I came up during the civil rights era, the 60s and 70s, and I was around for the whites and colored water fountains, and I was around for a lot of things. And she said the basic difference between people in this country and the capitalism and the way that this country is run is basically arsenic and cough syrup. She didn't elaborate. She didn't say anything beyond that. And I was very confused as to what she was talking about, but I think I kind of get it now. So when I look at some of the examples across the country, the one thing that I know about this country is that we put arsenic and cough syrup in almost everything that we do. Let me give you some prime examples of what my grandma meant. The government encourages young people, instead of going to trade school, to go directly to a 4-year school, get themselves in massive amounts of debt at a fucking age where they're also told that they're not old enough to freaking drink or even smoke marijuana in legal states. Suddenly you're old enough to put yourself in massive amounts of debt that you're probably never going to actually pay off, instead of actually encouraging people to go to trade school first so that they can actually get a trade so that their freaking trade can pay for their actual schooling. You don't actually encourage that because, again, that wouldn't cause massive debt. So once again, you are encouraging people to put themselves in debt through government loans, arsenic and cough syrup. You look at Social Security. Right now, people who are working, who are young, are the ones who are paying for the older people who are on Social Security. So you are encouraging younger people to keep working and working and working, while at the same time, there's no guarantee that they're going to actually reap the benefits that they're currently paying into right now. So once again, arsenic and cough syrup. Your idea of spreading freedom and liberty and justice for all is going around bombing people. And then when you finish bombing them, you then rebuild them and give them food. That is a classical definition of what my grandma meant, arsenic and cough syrup. You are encouraged to join the military. You're encouraged to serve your country. I mean, I serve my country. I'm actually a combat veteran. But when you get out, the Department of Veterans Affairs, if you look back at 2014 during the Obama administration, you had veterans on damn waiting lists. Once again, arsenic and cough syrup. You are encouraging people to join the military to get themselves mangled and crippled. You got guys who are so mangled and crippled, and yet you are still encouraging people to massively join the military before you fix those problems. Arsenic and cough syrup. Now look at a citizen who makes a simple mistake in life, for example, gets hooked on drugs, makes a bad financial decision, picks a wrong college degree, they end up homeless. Suddenly, you ever notice how dismissive everyone becomes of that person? Oh, you made a mistake, so fuck you. But then you look at a big bank who you are encouraged to put your money into because everything is direct deposit, even with the government. You are encouraged to do business with. But when they make bad decisions that cause them to have to get bailed out, it's okay. You are encouraged to put money into the very people who are draining your money. Arsenic and cough syrup. The government encourages people to get married. They encourage them to get married despite the high divorce rate. Like, for example, if you serve in the military, you actually get paid more on your BAH statement or your LAS statement, which is basically your leave and earning statement showing how much you're getting paid. They will give you more money based on you being married, knowing that the military divorce rate is sky high right now. Why would they do that? Well, because if you get divorced, you got to go to family court. You go to family court, you got to pay judges, and you got to pay lawyers. You got to pay for services. You got to pay for mediation, guardian ad litem. You got to pay for all kind of things with children. And guess what? Even if every entity that does those separate services are actually private, they still got to pay taxes, which goes to the government. So the government is encouraging you to get married so that you can then get divorced and have to pay more money to the government, which you have to pay money to the government to even get married in the first place. So the only people who win in the end is not the family, it's not the wife or the freaking husband or the freaking child, it's the government. Once again, arsenic and cough syrup. We have a government who wants to convince you that they actually care about your health and safety. Government during this time period is still killing people. So once again, arsenic and cough syrup. You can't not sit there and tell somebody, I want to save your life, while at the same time, you are spending more on bombing people than you are in terms of a fucking stimulus. I mean, you are giving so much money to building new missiles, new jets, new tanks, new freaking rifles, right? Meanwhile, some of the same people who fought the wars of the past are on the streets homeless right now. Once again, arsenic and cough syrup. From top to bottom, our society is designed to be arsenic and cough syrup. You are sitting here from beginning to end. The government just encourages you to be the perfect citizen, encourages you to put yourself in mass amount of debt, encourages you to punish yourself. They put you in a never-ending trap so that you become ever more reliant on the government, the source of your problems. I think I get what my grandma was saying. Our society, our country, and even our attitudes are designed to be arsenic and cough syrup.